What's going on, YouTube? Zobs of the Water here, bringing you a battle with my 5th generation Little Cup team, and I gotta say, this team is a lot of fun. It feels great to use it again. Starting off with my opponent's team, possible threats: Mischievous, Mianfu, Abra, and probably Badoo. Mianfu because it's always a threat in Little Cup, considering its high speed, high attack, and the fact it has access to high jump kick. Abra with its massive special attack stat. Mischievous, which is bulky as fuck, pardon my language, but Jesus Christ, that thing is tanky. And you never know what kind of sets it's running. It could be offensive, it could be defensive, you just don't know. And I mentioned Badoo earlier because on this team, I kinda have 4 Pokemon weak to grass. I mean, usually not really a big deal, but 4 Pokemon weak to grass, 1 quad weak to grass. I didn't really think this through when I was making that team. But enough with that, let's get to the battle. Today's battle is against TheFlawlessWin, who we set up this battle through Skype. I'm going to lead off with Bambi, my dearling, as he leads off with his Flower, his Badoo. And you know what? I'm afraid of this thing setting up hazards, so I'm going to go straight for the bounce to kind of catch him off guard. I knew the switch was coming here, but I figured that anything he wanted to go into would take some good damage. Now, as soon as he brought in his Mischievous here, I knew he'd go for the Will-O-Wisp, but thankfully, I managed to avoid the attack, and I managed to hit it with a feint attack. He goes for a Pain Split, but not going to do much as I go for another feint attack. He goes for a Hidden Power Fighting. It does a lot of damage, but you know what? Not going to be enough to knock me out with my Violite. I take it out with a feint attack, and that's one for... I'm sorry, Jesus Christ! 1 for Bambi, 0 for Mischievous. So he brings in his threat, his Mianfu, as I bring in my Mini-Zord, predicting the Fake Out. And, you know, I knew he'd U-turn or switch into his Badoo here, but I really wanted to get off my Drain Punch. I mean, I should have gone for the Ice Punch, I should have, but I just went for the Drain Punch. So on this next turn, I'm going to go for the Ice Punch, as he predicts me to switch out, and, you know, I predict that, and it does some massive damage. And here, I actually predicted him to switch out, so I went ahead and switched back into my Bambi. Well, not really switch out. He was either going to switch out, or he was going to go for the Giga Drain. And I managed to survive on 1 HP. Now here, I knew that it would hit it neutrally, or it would hit his, Abra either way, so I go for Feint Attack because I know that if I went for Bounce, the best thing he probably has to switch is Abra, considering well, most Abras have Protect. Anyway, he outspeeds me, knocks me out with a Psychic, and I'm forced to go into my Manicurist. So here, I'm going to try and get the Rapid Spin KO, but he's going to go back into his Flower, which is really annoying, but, you know, you can't really do anything about that. So at least I got rid of the hazards. I go into my Stabby, my Pawniard, and I'm going to resist this Giga Drain, but I'm not going to take it very well. I mean, it does 5 damage, but, you know, that's like a little bit less than a fourth, you know. And he's going to go back into his threat as I go for the Stealth Rock, and here, who in the hell would stay in against a Mianfu with their Pawniard? Me, that's who. Because I knew that he would either fake, I was hoping he'd fake out, but I knew he wouldn't go for the high jump kick, predicting my switch into my Gauntlet, or my Frillish. So I immediately go for the Iron Head as he brings in his Porygon, goes for the Trick, and I go for the Brick Break, which wasn't exactly the best idea. I should have just stuck with Iron Head. But now that his Porygon is out of the way, and my Stabby is now Scarfed, so I've got a massive powerhouse with a Scarf, and that's just fantastic. Because he's got at least 14 HP, so that means he's definitely going to outspeed all the unboosted tier. So I switched to my Manicurist as on the predicted Giga Drain, and I managed to survive with 1 HP thanks to my HP investment. Thank you, max HP. Well, not max HP. I think it's max HP, I'm not sure. But I go for the Earthquake, deal some massive damage as he knocks me out with the Giga Drain, go back into my Stabby to go for that Iron Head, and I'm going to do some massive damage to this Mianfu. I've already seen its Life Orb, which means Fake Out is the only option for him. It doesn't knock me out, and thanks to my Inner Focus, which he traced earlier, which he knew I had, I'm able to take him out. So he goes into his Onix, and here I know he still has Badoo. I should have kept my Pawniard in reserve. I go for the Iron Head, it does massive damage. I really didn't expect it to knock out Onix, but I just didn't want, I don't know why I didn't switch, I don't know. So here I go into my Squirt, go for the Shell Smash. However, he is the rare Onix set that actually has Dragon Tail, which means he's going to Dragon Tail me out, and my Squirt just set up for nothing, and got his Sturdy broken. So I go into my Fake Jelly as he pulls back and goes into his Badoo, and I'm going to go for the Giga Drain, trying to knock out his Onix. Now here, I should have predicted this. I should have gone for the Scald. But, you know, I don't. So I go into my Mini-Zord in an attempt to try and knock it out with an Ice Punch. However, he goes for the Giga Drain. It takes me down to really low despite my Eviolite, and he's going to knock me out with another Giga Drain. So that was kind of wasted, and yeah. The only thing I really have left to go into is my fake jelly. So he goes for another Giga Drain. It does nothing. Holy crap! That's barely a 4-hit KO. I don't think it's even a 4-hit KO. No, it's a 4-hit KO, barely. So he keeps going for the Giga Drain as I went for the Scald, trying to get the burn. And you know, I do have the recover, so after this turn of Scald, which I still don't get a burn, but I get a crit, which is nice. He goes for another Giga Drain. I get down to 1 HP, so he got max damage on that one. I've actually been trying to keep track of it. I go with the recover, get back a nice amount of HP, and here I kept thinking he'd go back and go for another Giga Drain, so I went for another recover, but he just switches into his Abra, and you know, on Skype chat, he was like, hey, alright, time for this thing to die. Not even a 3-hit KO. Get out of here, Abra. Scald. Goodbye. And he was just absolutely astonished. It was great. So he goes into his Onyx, thinking that his physical attack will do more, but nope, not the way to go, guy. Because I gotta tell you right now, despite Onyx being pretty fast in the Little Cup and really defensive, it doesn't have that much attack. So I'm gonna be able to knock you out with a Giga Drain, and that's the end of that. So now he's gonna go back into Badoo and let the stall wars begin. He's gonna go for a Sludge Bomb. Gets the first turn poison. What the hell? I've already gone for like 3 Scalds and I haven't gotten a burn. But you know what? I had to speed this part up a lot because it just got so darn stally. At this point, I'm like, you know, I've got enough recovers. I can probably stall him out, considering it takes him like 3, even with the poison damage. It takes him 3 Giga Drains to knock me out. So this is my first time attempting a stall in a little, well, not first time. I think I did it a long time ago back on Showdown. But this is my first time in a Wi-Fi battle. I attempted stall in Little Cup, and you know, Frillish is just pulling it off beautifully, because I cannot switch out. I can't switch into my Tortuga, considering that while it would resist Sludge Bomb, it cannot take a Giga Drain to save its life. I mean, Fork's effective, forget about it. But in Fake Jelly can actually take these pretty well for days. And you know, I keep going for Scalds along with his Giga Drains, and I'm not getting them. At this point, he actually ran out of Giga Drains, and I kept going for Scalds because it's like, I want the damn burn. I keep going for recovers as well, intermittently, and I want the damn burn, but no, I'm not going to get it. It's just like, screw you, you're not getting the burn. And I go for another Scald, and you know, it's like, screw it. Get to switch out, go into Squirt, and finish this battle, because god dang. The Sludge Bomb won't do much. I mean, I resist the hit, so it'll be fine. And I've got my Oran Berry, so I'm good. So, I'm pretty much safe, as this is his last Pokemon, and all he has left is Sludge Bomb. I go for the Shell Smash just to be sure that an Earthquake will KO, because I wasn't sure if it would at that range. So, Shell Smash, Earthquake, knock out Badoo, and that is the end of battle. Good god, GG Flawless Win. Alright, now with that stally battle out of the way, my god, I never had to stall in Little Cup before. Well, at least in a Wi-Fi battle, it's always been such fast-paced. But you know, ever since Violet was introduced, stall has become viable in Little Cup. But let's get to the talk of the day. Today's talk of the day, I'm going to do some shameless advertising. Well, not advertising. I'm going to give a shout out. This is to my sister. She actually started uploading videos to her own channel, which she's calling the segment Chitty Chat Kitty Cats. Yes, I know, Zabza, why are you advertising another channel on your channel? You know what? Shut up. She's my sister. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, if you happen to like cats, definitely check it out. And yeah, here's the link right here, here, and here. I'm going to give you guys a second to go for it. Start the music. Did you click the link yet? No? Alright, I'll wait. Okay, I think at this point, anyone who's stuck around long enough isn't going to click the link. But for those of you who did, I thank you, and those of you who didn't, you're horrible, horrible people, go away. No, I'm kidding. You're probably just not cat people. But that's enough for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Like that video? Why don't you hit the like button or maybe subscribe to my channel? Or better yet, check out the artists who make this all possible.